will be sent out this week. Meanwhile, tonight, will revenge come in the form of Micah Parsons and the Packers as they visit the Cowboys. So what do we know about Micah Parsons? Well, he's been the most productive edge rusher in the league the first 3 games of this season. Leads the NFL in pressures and pass rush wins. His old team on the opposite end of that spectrum. Cowboys are last in QBR allowed and third down defense. We went behind the scenes with both teams leading up to the reunion.
I'll never forget when we didn't draft Randy Moss. He came in here and scored about 3 50-yard touchdowns and waved at us as he was running by the bench. Retribution can get a little dicey sometimes.
It's homecoming season in Texas. Homecomings are supposed to be a reminder of the times we never want to forget, with the people who helped soundtrack our lives. They're supposed to be festive and fun. But not this one. Because how did we go from this?
You don't think it's too big for you to be a Cowboy, do you?
No, not at all. Whatever it takes for me to just continue to be a Cowboy until I retire, that's what I want.
To this.
Dallas Cowboys move 4-time Pro Bowl edge sensation Micah Parsons to Green Bay.
Breakups matter because of history and emotion. The same 2 factors that any homecoming worth a damn revolves around. Micah and Jerry have both.
If you can get 4 or 5 players for one player, you better consider that.
I never even heard from Jerry Jones himself when I even got traded. I haven't talked to Jerry Jones since OTAs.
We basically have had Micah for 4 years, and whatever we were doing there in terms of the supporting cast around him and what have you, wasn't working.
Takes from behind by Parsons.
Yes!
And it's sacked. Micah Parsons.
When you see my face up against you, hell, up against you, hell.
The Parsons Project is underway in Green Bay.
I definitely think it's a normal week, but anything personal I don't think really plays a toll in it. That's just going to give the game a little bit more color. But at the end of the day, it's business and it's about getting a win. Once the game starts, who's going to be worried about any trade? I know how these guys play. I know how they want to play. I know the identity that they wanted to create.
Jerry's approval rating in Green Bay has never been higher.
I have a take for Micah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Micah is here, the Lombardi is near. He's just so scary. Thank you, Jerry.
I would have to believe that Micah would have made a difference up to this point. He certainly is for Green Bay.
Jones's decision-making moves the needle like no other force in American sports. For Jones, though, that power makes his latest unpopular risk worth taking.
The riverboat gambler on the next card may own the boat, or they may throw him in the river, according to which way that card went. But let me tell you one damn thing. That riverboat gambler knows how to swim.
Justin Tinsley with the report. Lindsay Theory leads our coverage for us in Dallas, and obviously the return of Micah is the story there, Lindsay, and we know he didn't have any trouble getting tickets for this one. What could you tell us about that?
Oh, Greeny, no problem getting tickets because he's got a suite here right behind us. And Micah Parsons learned, without reading the fine print, there are no refunds. Micah bought this field-level suite before the season, before he was traded to the Packers, and only after did he learn you do not get your money back. So tonight, this suite will be put to good use by his family and friends, and they will have a very much a front row seat to what's expected to be a lot of fireworks on the field, especially as Parsons faces off against his former quarterback, Dak Prescott. Now, Parsons pursued Prescott countless times in practice, but obviously he could never hit Dak Prescott because he was always wearing the red jersey. Tonight, that is obviously not the case, though Dak hopes that Parsons still won't be able to get to him, saying he's got to get through my 5 linemen, he's got to get through my tight end and running back, then we'll worry about whether or not he can get to me. Watch for this matchup. Left tackle Tyler Guyton. He tells me that Parsons was instrumental in helping him learn how to play the position a year ago, and he's going to tonight face Parsons using the moves he learned from him, against him. And Greeny, one final note for the Cowboys. They're going to go tonight without CeeDee Lamb, who's still dealing with a high ankle sprain.
Obviously, a terrible loss for them going into this enormous game. Lindsay, outstanding. And going back to the beginning of that conversation, they're fascinating. When they say no refunds, they really mean it. I mean, you own the suite. We traded you away, but you don't get your money back.
So free league, right NFL.
But Randy, to me, this is just an interesting little microcosm of this return, right? Micah Parsons coming back and all the emotions that go with that. But you were very strong telling me last night what you don't want to see from him before this game.
One thing you talked about him coming back in that suite. I talked about last night about him bottling his emotions, being able to control himself, keep things under wraps. And, you know, you was with a great fan base in the Cowboys, and now you're with the Green Bay fan base. So I'm just talking for the fan base. One thing they don't want to see, they do not want to see him on the field kissing and hugging and doing all that. Whatever you did in Dallas, you left in Dallas. You're one of the Packers now. So what I say about bottling the emotion, he has to be able to control himself. And one thing about Dak Prescott talking about he has to get through my offensive line, my tight end, my running back to get to me. I started this show out talking about the Tasmanian devil. Y'all know what the Tasmanian do when things get in his way. He move him out the way and get what he wants. So be careful what you ask for, Dak.
And that's emotions from Micah. There's emotions on the Dallas side of the ball. I was a part of this when I was with the Patriots, and we got rid of Lawyer Malloy a week before the season opener. And that very team, we played in the opener, but the Buffalo Bills, and we could not help but be on that sideline, look across, and see our former teammate, who was also a captain, and think that he should be with us. Those are emotions that are hard to get over. We got shut out and lost 31-0. So those type of emotions from the Dallas Cowboys players, they've got to come over it quickly. Like, this guy wanted to go, we got to play football, but man, that should be with us. That's going to be hard for them also.
This one is so unique. Listen, I've been traded twice. I've played former teams, but like, this happened a month ago, right? It is so recent. And I think all of us up here couldn't fathom him not being a Cowboy this season. And it was so public and ugly. And this sweet thing is like a microcosm of that. That would piss me off. Are you kidding me? Jerry, you can't sell that to somebody else? Like, are you kidding me? Like, what are we doing? This Packers defense is for real, and they are going to show it today. I know they got some injuries. This Dallas offense has some injuries, 2 up front, CeeDee Lamb out. It's going to be hard for them to put up some points against this defense. And it's not just Micah. This is the thing. Like, everybody's better on this defense. Is it a coincidence that Rashawn Gary is leading the NFL in sacks on the other side? Is it weird that these DBs got a lot better all of a sudden? They're squatting on everything, right? They got a lot of confidence. This guy is just such a difference maker. And listen, I think we talked about the emotion all over the place, but I think this Green Bay team wants to go play well for him, right? They got their new teammate. They're coming in there. Everybody likes to beat the Dallas Cowboys. They for sure want to go in there and do this for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so funny because, like, I said it was the worst trade in NFL history, Alex. And you know why? For that reason. He makes everybody better. Yeah. Look at this. Look how sorry Dallas's defense has played. I mean, seriously, there's no other way of putting it.
They're the worst in the league.
I mean, the worst defense